Going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I want to direct your attention to this little boy on the screen. The little boy that you see on the screen, God bless him, man. His name is Ny'leekEllison, and he's 8 years old. 8 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, this young man that you see up here was hit in February, this past February, as he was getting off a bus with his brother coming from school by a hit-and-run driver, right? This guy, this little boy right now, is a quadriplegic, right? And he has a long road to recovery, and he's still recovering. But that's not the gist of this story I'm about to tell you. This 8-year-old little boy has been being harassed by somebody or some people that are mocking him for what happened to him by sending anonymous Amazon packages with various things, which you'll see in this video, that it's heartbreaking. And the family got on TV and they talked a little bit about it with the local news network out there. Cruel things happen. And there are a lot of cruel people out here, insensitive people, immature people, and a lot of people that need to get jacked up. Take a look at this story and I'll come back with commentary. I don't know how I would handle this if I was them. But I mean, this is wrong, y'all. Look.
Painful mystery for the family of a young Delaware County boy who nearly lost his life in a hit and run.
They say someone is sending them unwanted packages that appear to be mocking them. Our Shawnette Wilson spoke to the boy's parents in Chester, and Shawnette, they say they don't know who is sending these packages or why.
Yeah, Jason, they don't believe the packages were meant for good because they were sent anonymously and because their 8-year-old son is a quadriplegic after a hit and run.
Disrespectful. Like, this is disrespectful.
Anita Carrington is upset and angry over what came inside these packages she says were delivered to her home in Chester last weekend.
Why would y'all send this to my house to my son?
The packages were addressed to her 8-year-old son, Ny'leek, but with no sender information. They included a book called The Little Pedestrian's Guide to Traffic Rules, a traffic safety coloring book, and this stop-and-go traffic paddle.
I felt as though somebody was trying to make a mockery out of my son.
Anita and her son's father, Ny'leekEllison, have serious concerns about the sender's intention as it relates to their son.
He's 8 years old. He's paralyzed from the neck down. So he's basically defenseless. So, you know, why, should I say, direct this anger towards an innocent child?
Ny'leek is paralyzed from a hit and run in February near 9th and Tillman Streets after getting off a SEPTA bus with his brother Nadir coming home from school. Police later arrested the driver, who has been charged. Their question is, why send something like this to a victim?
If it was something good, they would have left their name. You know, they would have sent a card. Okay, but it wasn't none of that.
Anita says she filed a police report with Chester Police.
I took it to the higher authorities so that somebody can address the situation.
Meanwhile, these are recent pictures of Ny'leek at Shriners Children's Hospital, where he's been transferred from CHOP.
His spirits are up. You know, his smile keeps my day bright, even when it rains.
He can eat, he can talk through the grace of God. And he's on a ventilator, they say, for the rest of his life.
They say the messages in the books are good, but not encouraging for their son, whose life will never be the same.
It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
And the family is grateful for all of the kind gifts that have been sent to both their sons. If you'd like to donate or follow along with Ny'leek's progress, you can go to fox29.com. As for the alleged driver, Caleb Campbell, he had a court date this morning. Jason?
All right, Shawnette Wilson, thank you very much.
How cruel is that? He's 8 years old. And people don't take into consideration the recovery and rehab that somebody that's paralyzed has to go through, and the dangers that are presented to them from the moment on that their limbs don't work. Do you know if this boy does not sit up and his airway gets constructed and he falls over a certain way, he can die? People don't think about that. He can't help his position or how he got the way he got. And for somebody to send the Amazon packages in his name directly to him, it's unspeakable. It's fucked up. And it ain't right. Did you see the father's face when they was talking? Did you see how he looked at that camera? If he knew who was doing this, he would tear their head off their shoulders. That's a big ass dude. You know how bad it is as a father to have your child in a position and you feel powerless and you can't help them? Did you look at some of the pictures they showed him? If you look closely, he looked like he just was worn out and he didn't want to take the pictures, especially one of them pictures where I think he was holding a certificate. He looked tired. These people that go through something traumatic and life-changing, a lot of times it takes a lot out of them. And they don't want to keep moving forward. Can you imagine that in the mind of an 8-year-old kid? I'm more than sure he was told that he's not going to walk again. Just the psychological ramifications of that alone is cruel in itself. And it has some motherfucker ain't got shit to do with it to come and do some cruel shit like that, thinking they won't get caught because it don't have no return address, is the highest level of bitch shit. Look at this. It says he was struck by a hit and run driver in February near 9th and Tillman. It said it happened after getting off a SEPTA bus with his brother, Ny'leekellison, coming home from school. Police later arrested the driver, who has been charged. So they did catch the driver. And his brother was there to see the whole thing of his brother violently getting thrashed by a vehicle that took off after hitting the kid. And then here you got some people from the outside coming up and doing stuff to cause problems in somebody else's life that's already troubled as a family, trying to keep a cohesive unit and rally around a little boy. And somebody doing this from the background, kikiing, laughing while they do it. It's not right. You gave books and stuff on safety crossing the street from a kid that'll never walk again. How you feel about that? It make you feel good in yourself? See, I'm gonna tell you something. I believe in minding my business, but if I know who did that shit, I would tell that fucking man and I'd go over there and just watch him bust their ass. Male, female, don't matter. You don't do shit like this to people that's going through stuff. Just shows the insensitivity in this world, man. I don't like shit like this. Shit ain't right. Little boy in the hospital. I'm looking up here, the picture. I'm not gonna put it up there, man. He got a ventilator in his mouth. Face look all messed up. He got a cut on his face. All these electrodes hooked up to his brain. Nobody would trade places with this little boy. But I know who would, his father. And I'm more than sure after the family, the mother, the father, and the relatives that were sitting in there watching this boy's slow recovery, if anything, just hoping for a little bit of hope, I'm more than sure these people went through a lot. And for somebody to come up and do that, not knowing the struggle that these folks are going through, that right there, man, I feel nothing for this person. And they get what they get. Seriously, that's wrong. That's wrong. That shit bothered me, yo. What kind of people is this? What are we doing right now? What are we doing out here that somebody finds that shit funny? Said he's 8 years old and he's paralyzed from the neck down, so he's basically defenseless, just like the father said. And here you come picking on a kid. You spent money to terrorize a child in his own fucking house and make him feel worse than he does already. I'm done with it. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope they find out who did this and blast their ass all over the internet and then let people harass them and hell, bust their ass every time they catch them out in the street. That's fucked up to do to a defenseless child. And I ain't down with that shit. See you in the next video. Take care.